the last day of April and I'm here today because I wanted to do one more spring cleaning video in my spring cleaning series. And I know that it's Friday. I know that this is not the day that I usually upload videos, but I've been uploading bonus videos sort of infrequently, but this is the second bonus video this week, which is kind of surprising. But this one's gonna be pretty short because I don't want to take up too much of your time, just because the kitchen cleaning video was really long. And this was the one that I had planned in place of the kitchen video. The kitchen video was supposed to go up the day I did my car cleaning video, but the car cleaning video needed to happen. So anyway, bonus video today. So I want to talk about digital decluttering and cleaning your devices. So I think nearly everybody has a smartphone. If you don't, I admire you. But I have a smartphone and I use it all the time. This is always in my hand. I rely on it a lot. It needs some love and affection every once in a while. That I have to admit, I neglect my phone and my digital devices. Like, I neglect cleaning them way too frequently. So I wanted to talk a little bit about cleaning your phone, not just like the outside. Of course, you want to wipe it down with, like, I like to use the wet wipes, the wet wipes on the outside of my phone, and I will wipe down my case every once in a while, especially when it just gets gross, you know. But I do keep a screen cover on my phone. But I want to talk about inside the phone. So when I do declutter my phone, I will back up all of my pictures to my Google Photos. Google Photos is free and it's really great because you back up all your pictures to Google Photos, so you can access them on your computer and on your phone, and you can like download them and send them just the same way you can as if they're on the phone, but they're not actually physically stored on the phone. You can back them up to Google Photos and then delete them from your phone, which saves so much space on your phone because you're using Google space, not actual physical space on your smartphone, which I think is really great. So I do that once a week. I try to make sure that all my pictures and videos are backed up. I do that when I've got time. I just open it up and let it sit there. I walk away. If you haven't started using Google Photos, it can take a lot of time to get started because you've got so many pictures on your phone that are going to back up to Google. But once you get the bulk of them backed up, it is really easy to keep up with. So I really like that because it frees up so much space on my phone. Another way that I like to declutter my phone is I will go through my old text messages, like the conversations, and if I if I scroll to the bottom and it says, you know, the last time you texted this person was 2016, it's probably safe to delete that conversation. And I like to go through and delete conversations every once in a while that don't matter. You know, of course, the ones with my mom and my sister, I don't delete those. I probably should, but I don't. But the ones from like bank automated messaging systems, or like Amazon codes, or is this you, or, you know, validation codes, I delete those. I do actually have those, like I think I have a Chase Bank account that like bot that texts me every time I log in, and so I do keep those as saved as contacts in my phone. So I have like Chase bot, I have the different banks, you know, as bots in my phone, but I have given them names so I know exactly who is sending me a code when it comes through. But I do delete those conversations because I never text back, you know. So that's another suggestion for cleaning up your cell phone. All right, let's talk apps on your phone. I delete the apps on my phone, not all of them, but there are some apps on my phone that I don't use all the time. And so I will delete some of the ones that never get used, some of the ones that I only use seasonally, I will delete in the season that I don't use them, and then download them again later from the cloud when I do find that I need them again. It can also be a really good way to save some time if you find that you spend a lot of time on a single app like Instagram. I know that that's one that I spend a lot of time on. Sometimes I will just delete Instagram so that I can't actually get on it anymore, and it's been really good for me. The last thing I want to talk about with your phone is backing it up to the computer. If you don't do like the iCloud backup, and you do a physical backup, I just think it's a really good idea to have a backup for this, just in case something happens. And this is something I like to do every quarter. Actually have a reminder in my calendar to remind me, hey, it's time to do another backup. And I do like the hard backup to like a external hard drive that I plug into my computer. So I do actually do the full backup, not an iCloud backup, mostly because I don't trust clouds, but that's a completely different story. But anyway, I think it's important to do a backup to your computer or somewhere for your phone. In case something happens to this, then you've got something that is like a more recent backup than what you had before. All right, the next section I want to talk about is email. This is something that is intangible, but we all rely on it so much. Okay, your email is something that's very, very important, and you use it. I mean, I access my email, I think, every day. Maybe 5 days a week is when I access my email. It seems like I'm in there a lot. And when I'm in there, I feel like I delete a bunch of stuff automatically. You know, you go into the promotions tab. I use Gmail, and so when I go into the promotions tab, I see a bunch of emails that I don't care about. And there are some that are automatic. I'm deleting this. I'm not even gonna look and see what the subject is or what's in the email. So my suggestion here is to go through and be vicious and unsubscribe from all the lists that are automatically delete conversations for you. So some of them are from like, I think I have an American Eagle promotion that I get frequently because that's where I buy my jeans, you know? And so I won't delete that one or I won't unsubscribe from that list. I just delete those emails unless I'm shopping for something specific. So, you know, kind of use your best judgment here, but I will suggest to you to go through and actually take a very, you know, 100-foot view of your email and think like, which ones of these can I actually delete and never regret deleting because I really don't care what they send me. You know, I have a ton of those in there and I need to do this now, and so I just wanted to share this with you guys. Also, I have a bunch of folders. Now, I do keep up with my folders. I'm really good about it, but if you don't have a folder system and you just keep things in your inbox, start a folder system and start sorting everything into different folders just so you can find it easier, you know? So you can search through your email and find anything pretty easily, but I do like to get things out of my inbox so that I have room for the new things that come in. I don't like to keep things in my inbox. I keep things in folders. That's just how it works for me. If you have a system that works, share that in a comment because I'm curious how other people do their email. I know my mom keeps everything in her inbox and I think it's chaos and I don't understand, but that's how it works for her. So if it works for you, then I'm happy for you. My next point kind of goes along with that. Make new folders as you need them. Don't just try to make things fit into the folders that you already have that exist. Make new folders. It's very easy and it's so simple to just move things to different folders, and then you've got a clean inbox and you've got a folder full of delicious recipes that you get emailed to you. Or maybe that's just me, but anyway, make new folders. Don't be afraid to use a folder system. Label the folders however you want. It's your email, okay? But that's my email digital decluttering tips. All right, the last thing I want to talk about is your actual computer. This is a MacBook Air. I have never had a MacBook before. I got this guy last fall. I am usually a PC girl. I have an HP Envy that's a 17-inch screen over there, and I use that for, actually I used that for editing videos. I use it for homework. I was a finance and accounting major for my undergrad, and it was magical using a 17-inch screen for spreadsheets. I regret nothing about buying that. It was really expensive, but it's been wonderful. But then I bought this guy, which was even more expensive, and I've been editing videos on this for a while. Actually, just a few weeks. I got used to using the MacBook because I'd never used a MacBook before I got this, and I just figured it's time for me to learn how to use the other kind of computer. And so anyway, I now have both. I use both frequently. I use one designated for school and for like other things, and this is specifically for videos. So that's what this is for. I want to talk about cleaning your computer. The desktop is where I keep most of my files because I access most of my files from my desktop, just because it's easy to click and drag and I can see everything and it's all there. I don't keep all of my documents on my desktop when I know that I won't need it for, you know, a long time or maybe ever again, but I want to keep it around. I put it on an external hard drive. Let me show you this guy. This is a WD My Passport external hard drive. I think this is 1 gig. I also have a 5 terabyte over there. But this one has old schoolwork on it. So that this is my school external hard drive. And I just keep folders and documents on it just because it's nice to not have it on my computer, clunking it up and slowing it down. I still have everything. It's just on another location. So I know where everything is. I do like to clear off my desktop every once in a while. I try to do this when I finish a term of school. Because when I'm doing schoolwork, I do school online. So when I finish an assignment, I will save it to my desktop. So that when I upload it from my desktop. And then like when I'm working on a final project, I work on it in sections. So I will save each section as like a copy of itself. So I just build on itself. But then I put it all in a folder on the desktop, and then I will move that to another folder on a hard drive that's for school. So it's easy for me to click and drag and put everything away, but then when I'm done with it, I put it on my hard drive, so I still have it. It's just not on my computer because I don't need it at all anymore, or I won't need it for a while because I will have to upload everything into the system to graduate, whatever. Anyway, my point is, clear off your desktop. I do this about every 10 weeks. I think once every quarter would be fine. Maybe once or twice a year would be fine for you, depending on how you used your computer. But I do think that it's important to go through your desktop because that's what you see. And when you get on your computer and you see like a wild, crazy desktop, it might be a little bit overwhelming and it might put you in a different mindset than when you open a desktop and you have a clean, clear, organized desktop screen. So I do also go through the documents on my computer every once in a while, and things that need to be what I call archived, I will move them onto the hard drive just to get them off the computer, because sometimes it does slow your computer down to have a bunch of junk on the computer, especially stuff you don't need. So things that I don't access at all or very frequently, I move them somewhere else, and things that I don't ever need, things that I know can go into the trash, do go into the trash. And I empty my recycle bin all the time because that is one of my favorite things to do, is to empty the recycle bin or the trash bin on the, I think on the Mac, I think it's called the trash, and on my PC, I think it's called the recycle bin. But I love emptying that because it feels good to actually permanently delete something. I will empty my recycle bin first just because I want to make sure everything in there is stuff that I can delete. I delete it. And then as I go through the process, if I accidentally delete something that I need to keep, it's easy for me to find instead of sorting through a recycle bin that was full to begin with. So it's easy for me to find something and drag it back to where it needs to go. As for filing things, I think it's really important to have your own filing system. So if you have a system for naming your files that works for you, like I try to name the file and date the file. So if it's like taxes, I will call it, you know, taxes 2020 or taxes 2021 or receipts 2021. And this goes for my email too, but I think it's really important to have a very simple, very easy, very streamlined way of naming your files and your folders, just because it makes it that much easier to find your documents. Try to find a naming system that works for you. That's my suggestion, because that's what works for me, and I haven't lost a file since I started doing that. Those are my tips for cleaning your like desktop. Now I want to talk about actually cleaning the device. Now I had a case for this. I had like a clear plastic case, and the case broke, and so I need a new one. But like I had a really nice case, and it came with a screen protector here, and it also came with one of these keyboard things. Now this keyboard cover, is disgusting. This needs to be washed. I cannot imagine how gross my keyboard on my Mac would be if I didn't use this. It's covered in like fuzz and lint and like crumbs. I don't eat over this thing. I don't get why it's so disgusting. But if you don't have one, I would suggest you get one. And if you do have one, give it a wash every once in a while. I'm gonna wash mine. But if you don't have one, maybe look into like compressed air or something that you can spray into your keyboard, just to, like, you know, those cans of air with the nozzle to clean your keyboard. It might just be really nice to clean out from under there every once in a while, because you never know what's in there. And a keyboard protector like that is going to show you exactly what would go under there if you didn't have one of those. So now I know what is under the keyboard on my other computer, and I know I need to clean that out too. Those are my tips for doing a digital declutter and working on the things, the devices in your life that allow you to lead a digital life. So that's gonna be the end of this spring cleaning series. I hope you guys enjoyed it. There are probably gonna be more cleaning videos, you know, coming up soon. I don't know when, but not really soon. We're kind of walking into a season of guest stars on this channel because Adam is coming into town. Actually, when this video goes up, he'll already be here, and he's gonna feature in a few videos, and then Aaron and Ilona and Desi are gonna feature in a couple of videos. And so we're gonna have a season of guest stars on this channel, and I'm really excited about it. It's gonna be a really exciting season. There's a lot of stuff coming up soon, and it's gonna be really fun for me anyway, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So anyway, that's gonna be it. You guys are gonna see me in another video really, really soon.